So, I made a video about, I don't know, a couple months ago, picking the Cubs. I said the Clippers would win the NBA Finals. Um, I think it was about 3 months ago, to be honest. It's looking like that's still going to be the case. It looks like it's going to be a Clippers versus Heat showdown. I think the Clippers Thunder is kind of the Western Conference Finals in a way. I think whoever wins that's going to go to the finals, but I think Clippers are going to get past the Thunder. The East, the East sucks. Honestly, the East, after the Heat, probably the six, seven best teams, maybe the next eight best teams in the NBA come out the West. I think, the Pacers, the way they've been playing, they suck. I think the Wizards are playing really well right now, and they're playing nice, but they're playing nice against a depleted Bulls team, a weak Pacers team. I don't know if Wizards would have won a series in the West. I don't know if they would have beat the Mavericks or the Grizzlies or the Warriors. I would probably take all those teams. I would say, if Heat are the number one team, I would go. The next eight would be the next eight best teams in the whole NBA would be in the West. From the Spurs, Thunder, Clippers, Rockets, Blazers, Warriors, Memphis, Mavericks. I don't see any team in the East beating any of those teams in a series. The West is just a crapshoot. I do think that, you know, the Thunder, Spurs, Clippers are the upper echelon in the West, and that's why they're still playing. Clippers up 1-0 over the Thunder, Spurs up 1-0 over the Blazers. That being the case, I I do have a feeling Blazers might upset the Spurs, even though that game one was terrible. Spurs beat them up, but we're gonna see a Portland Trail Blazers um, versus Los Angeles Clippers Western Conference Finals. I think Blazers kind of got to take that knockout in the mouth that first game one, but I think they bounced back very strong. Blazers have shown to be a resilient team. Uh, and Clippers Thunder, it's interesting, but I thought Thunder should have lost to Grizzlies if Wilder Randolph can suspend in Game 7. For the Thunder can't win with the way they play right now. They play too much ISO ball with Durant and Westbrook. And when you have two guys taking 25 shots a game, you're never going to win. You got to play team ball. They don't move the ball enough. They just don't. I do like the lineup with starting Caron Butler over Thabo Sefolosha. I think they're way more effective. But, they have no post scoring, which you have to have post scoring. If you don't have post scoring, you're not going anywhere. You know, People say, well, the Heat don't have post scoring. Well, the Heat have in the paint scoring, which is the same thing. If you can score in the paint, that's what matters. But if either you better be able to score in the paint or have a post scorer. Thunder can't score in the paint. The only paint scoring they get is a Westbrook drive and a Durant drive. But that's not enough effect. That's not effective enough. And that's why I think the Clippers will end up winning this series. And I'm going with probably 6 games, maybe 7. But I think they're gonna close it out if it goes L.A. Game 6 in L.A. I think they close it out there. Um, and I think Clippers, whoever they meet, if it's Spurs or Blazers, I think they're gonna be a good series. Spurs would be a really interesting series, but I think Clippers just are the deepest team in the league. I think the most talented team in the league. And that being the case, they're going to make it out the West. Heat are going to run through the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn Nets are going to bounce back just like Blazers are. Nets will bounce back. I think they'll win at least 2 games. Maybe Heat win in 6, maybe 7 if Nets can step it up. And then Heat, I want to see Heat Wizards in the Eastern Conference Finals. I like that matchup. Heat, luckily, same thing. They have the only way to beat the Heat is having a post presence. Charlotte had a post presence, but the post presence was Al Jefferson, who was hurt. And besides Al Jefferson, the team wasn't that great. Kemba Walker, but Jefferson was hurt, so they didn't have a chance with the healthy Jefferson, let alone a hurt Jefferson. Um, Pacers and Wizards are the two teams that can give Heat the biggest trouble because they do have post scorers. With David West and Roy Hibbert for the Pacers and Luis Scola off the bench, and then the Wizards, which I want to see the Wizards. 'Cause I like to see a Gortat Nene. I don't think Heat. It's gonna be a tough matchup. If you think about it, Heat don't have many guys to guard those guys, Heat like to play a smaller lineup, and I don't see. I don't think LeBron's can guard Nene or Gortat. I guess they'll play a lot more Birdman. Maybe play Udonis Haslem. I'm not sure I don't know. I really don't know what lineup they would use. They started Mario Chalmers, Dwayne Wade, LeBron, Shane Battier. I don't know who they started at the 5, but whoever they start against the Wizards are going to give them a hard time with athletic point guard John Wall, He's going to make him run up down the court. Fast Bradley Beal, who's becoming an all-star. Trevor Ariza is playing all world, showing that why why he's a future champion. Ariza's the one guy on that team who has a ring. Andre Miller off the bench, I like. So I see a Wizards Heat showdown. I see a Clippers Blazers showdown, and eventually a Clippers versus Miami Heat NBA Finals. Like I said, I made a video about 3 months ago saying the Clippers would be the NBA champions. I'm sticking to that. Clippers Heat NBA championship. Clippers win in 6 or 7 games. Probably going to go to 7 games just to make it the NBA Finals worth it. But I'm going to say the Clippers beat the Heat in 7 games. Clippers are the deepest team. I think Clippers have the best winner in the league, and Chris Paul. And people would argue with that, but because he doesn't win a championship. But Chris Paul, let him get that championship, and I still think Chris Paul is the best point guard in the world. If I had to have a series and I needed one player, I'm picking probably Chris Paul over anyone. That's over LeBron and Durant. But yep, I'm sticking to it. Clippers, Heat, NBA championship. Clippers are going to be the NBA champions. It seems like that would be the perfect ending to the story of the Donald Sterling and the Clippers being in turmoil just to bounce back, and the fairy tale ending would be after the turmoil to come back and win the championship, beating the 2-time defending champions Miami Heat and LeBron James. Yeah, NBA champs 2014, the Los Angeles Clippers. Peace, love, cheers. Technical difficulties here. My phone is tripping.